I'll bring it in.
The turquoise for sure, the dark blue one, and then the brown one because she was only giving her the stuff from electronics.
Just not the redhead.
So here's how this whole mess starts. We've got a group shopping trip that's about to go completely sideways. Loss prevention has been watching these ladies on camera, and they've got the whole thing documented. You've got the turquoise girl, the dark blue one, and the brown outfit lady, all moving around the store together. What's interesting here is that the redhead actually paid for her stuff. She's the only one who stayed legitimate, dropping $446 on 2 rings. But the others? They're playing a different game.
Yeah, the redhead actually paid for her stuff. Dang. $446, 2 rings.
So, this is the bag that has everything in it?
Yeah, her, and her. The ring was the only one that's paid for her item.
So she's wearing the thing that
Yeah.
she took.
The one that she has her holding, and that's not paid for either.
What, the bodysuit thing?
No, it's like a cardigan, like how that blue one is. It's just like that one, just gray.
And where is that?
The turquoise girl's holding it in her arm, but she took it off the hanger and put it on her.
200.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so I'll have all.
I think her part's going through.
Almost Antoine.
Another customer.
Almost Antoine.
Say what?
Almost. They're paying for one last item.
Oh, I like you.
73, yeah.
They're going to be at self-checkout right now.
The security team is radioing back and forth, tracking every move. They're talking about someone wearing stolen merchandise, specifically a ribbon item that someone put on and is now wearing around the store like it's already theirs. Then there's this gray cardigan situation where someone took it off the hanger and it's being passed around the group like a hot potato. The turquoise girl is holding it, and none of this stuff has been paid for. What really stands out here is how coordinated this appears to be. They're headed to self-checkout, which is often where people think they can slip things through. But here's the reality check. Modern stores have surveillance systems that would make a Vegas casino jealous. Every angle is covered, every movement is tracked. These aren't the grainy cameras from the 1990s. We're talking high-definition footage that can zoom in and read the price tag on your shirt. The loss prevention team has already built their entire case before these ladies even get to the register.
For what? We'll talk about the unpaid merchandise tonight. I paid for all my stuff.
Have a seat.
The unpaid merchandise. You can see I paid for my stuff.
See, there's, have a seat or put your handcuffs. You
That's
too.
my daughter, so I have to. That's my daughter. She's under age 17. I have to do it.
Then we get hit with the family dynamic. That's my daughter. She's underage. She's 17. This changes the whole situation because now we're dealing with a minor, which adds legal complications and parental responsibility into the mix.
Have they walked out yet? 73?
Have a seat. We got the office right now. In the back.
What you see in my bag for?
Now we're getting to the uncomfortable part. Loss prevention stops them, and immediately the denials start flying. The classic defense, I paid for myself. But here's where things get messy. They're asking to see what's in the bag, and suddenly there's resistance. One woman is refusing to hand over her bag, getting defensive, claiming she paid for everything. The loss prevention officer is trying to keep things calm, asking them to have a seat, but tensions are rising.
Hey, I paid for this. I'm not giving you my bag.
Give me the bag.
First of all, cooperate with the police.
Right now.
I spend all these stuff.
And I paid for this lighting. We know you. Yeah, but we need to see the sweater.
I don't have nothing. I'm naked. So what are y'all talking about?
The gray sweater and then everything that's in her bag. Oh yeah.
So why you call me in here?
Because you're the one that put the gray sweater on and handed it to her.
I took the gray sweater off. Y'all can run the cameras back. I took it off and I put it right there. She picked it up.
What's your camera and
Who, me?
Oh, okay. Because I didn't conceal anything.
No, you
I
weren't.
had it printed off to my phone. You asked the lady at the register.
So you have it on your phone then?
Yeah, but this not the phone that it was printed to. It's the 693 number. You could go to your register and check it. This is a 453 number. I have two
The big
receipts.
lighter and
I
the
came.
fresh, which is the big lighter and the
I
fresh
came to the
drink.
register twice.
We'll pull up the receipt for the cardigan. Let me see your receipt.
The woman keeps insisting she paid for everything, even saying she has the receipt printed to her phone. But when they ask to see it, there's a problem. It's not on this phone, it's on a different phone with a different number. Red flag number 1. If you legitimately paid for something and have nothing to hide, pulling up that receipt should be as easy as opening your email. What's particularly telling is the body language and the aggressive defensiveness. Instead of calmly showing proof of purchase, there's this immediate hostile response. The loss prevention team mentions they need to see a sweater, and the response is, "I don't have nothing. What are y'all talking about?" But here's the thing. They've already watched the entire shopping trip on camera. They know exactly what was taken and by whom.
I wasn't even called inside here, but this is my daughter. She's underage. She's 17.
Okay. So here's
this is my daughter also.
Okay, so here's the reason why she's in here as well. She was over there selecting the camera, the Polaroid camera and stuff, and when she was selecting it, she gave it to her. They were all walking around together while she was taking the spider wrap off. They were in front of her taking the spider wrap off.
Who's they?
Then she goes over there to the apparel department and starts concealing the stuff. So that's why she's in here too, because she selected everything and was giving it to her to do. Where's the other bag at?
I don't have no other bag. My stuff is
So this is everything that's not being for this. This is what she was selecting for her to conceal.
I didn't.
and I got cash back
It's all on video.
both times.
And then this is what she started to conceal over there. So we'll get a receipt for all of this, and then we'll figure out about your sweater.
Okay.
This is the sweater right here, thank you. And the lighters, thank you.
I paid for this letter. I put that on the thing and grabbed this one.
21403. And then, did you pull it up for the cardigan that she has on, Jessica?
I paid for this.
This is where the loss prevention officer starts laying out exactly what they saw on camera. It's like watching someone's alibi fall apart in real time. They're explaining that they saw the group selecting items together, specifically a Polaroid camera and electronics. But instead of everyone carrying their own stuff, one person is collecting everything, while another person is removing security devices. Here's where it gets really coordinated and problematic. While one person is taking the spider wrap off electronics, that's the security cable wrapped around expensive items, the others are standing in front of her, essentially creating a human shield. This isn't accidental. This is deliberate obstruction, so other shoppers and cameras can't get a clear view of what's happening. Then the story continues. They move to the apparel department and start concealing items. The loss prevention officer is connecting all the dots. That's why she's in here too, because she's collecting everything and was giving it to another person. This is important because it establishes what's called acting in concert. Basically, everyone involved in the scheme can be held responsible, even if only one person physically concealed the items. The officer starts going through everything that was concealed, separating what was paid for from what wasn't. They mention getting cash back on a transaction, which is sometimes a tactic people use. Buy something small legitimately to get a receipt and bag, then fill that bag with unpaid merchandise. The sweater keeps coming up as a major issue because someone is literally wearing stolen merchandise while denying they took it.
I'm asking her to pull up the receipt.
So your mom?
And we have this.
How old is she?
She's 20.
She's 20? Okay, so she's an adult. Excuse me. What's your name, ma'am? What's your name? I'm sorry? Can you spell that for me? Just want to make sure this is accurate, correct? Because anything that you're telling me at this point, if it's false information, can be a charge, okay? Just letting you know. Do you have a driver's license or ID? Not at all? You don't have one issued anywhere?
Where y'all from? We're from Orlando.
Y'all came from Orlando to Houston for vacation?
Yeah.
Folks in Houston go to Orlando.
No, but I heard over here for you party. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I would appreciate if you could put another one for me. We on vacation. Like, I really apologize on behalf of my kids.
I got you.
really
So,
do.
unfortunately, my hands are kind of tied at a certain point because it's basically on them. I'm just responding
Yeah, she said
to
they
their
get the
call.
district attorney and stuff.
Right. So it's, well, number one is, do they want to prosecute? If they want to prosecute, then I have to find all this stuff. I have to call the district attorney to see if they want to take charges.
So there's no way that I can settle and just pay for this one.
That is,
I know that would be
that's up to them. That's not me.
This is where we see the attempted damage control. The mom tries the "we're on vacation" angle and starts apologizing. "I really apologize on behalf of my..." But here's the harsh reality the officer lays out. His hands are tied. This isn't about him deciding to be nice or mean. It's about whether the store wants to prosecute and whether the district attorney will take the charges. The mom asks the question everyone in this situation asks: is there any way we can just settle and pay for it? The answer's clear. That's not up to the officer. It's up to the store. And honestly, this is where a lot of people misunderstand how retail theft works. Once loss prevention stops you and calls the police, you've moved beyond the "just pay for it and leave" stage. Now we're in criminal territory. The officer makes a really important point about reasonable belief and knowledge. He's basically saying, if you all came into the store together, left together, and were walking around together the whole time, it's not reasonable to believe the mom didn't notice that her daughter wasn't wearing that long-sleeve shirt when they entered the store. This addresses the "I didn't know she took it" defense. The circumstances suggest otherwise. The story about the cardigan keeps changing. Now it's, "I told the lady to put it on there and she said okay." But it's not on the receipt. The employee story is completely different. They said there was no barcode, and they offered to let the customer go back to the department to get one with a barcode, and the customer declined. These conflicting stories are exactly why security footage is so valuable in these cases.
Well, I told her to put it on there, and she said okay, and I gave her the extra one back.
It's not on there.
Hey, this one?
But if it's a misunderstanding,
Oh, okay.
you get paid for these things.
So, what's the story with that?
She said that she told the lady to put it on there, but it's not on there.
Paid for the $5. This is her
And I had an
receipt.
extra.
My question is, what are we determining as stolen? Just the stuff?
And then she would have took from her photo.
How much is that?
It's $16.98.
Okay, how much was the hot dog? I mean, that's going to be up to you guys. I mean, this stuff is pretty much a no-brainer. It was all concealed.
So the employee said that when she told her they didn't have no barcode. So the employee asked her would she would like to go back to the department and get it. She said no, that she had, and then she asked her about this one. She said that she paid this the last time that she came to the store.
Okay.
No, she never asked me nothing like that. We didn't even have a full conversation.
And so the lady asked her if she wanted to go back to get it because she asked her how much it was. She said around $16, $19.
We're in here and picked it up.
So she took it off.
Yeah, she
picked
did.
it up
She
and
took
walked
it
out.
off.
So I'm taking Class C on that one, and then I'll call the district attorney on the other one and see where we're at that point.
Now we're getting down to dollars and cents, which is crucial because the value of stolen merchandise determines the severity of the charges. They're calculating what was concealed versus what was paid for. One item comes to $16.98 and they're building a total. The officer mentions that some stuff is pretty much a no-brainer because it was completely concealed, meaning hidden in bags or on person with clear intent to steal. The story about the Polaroid camera gets more detailed. The employees supposedly told the customer there was no barcode and it would be around $169, so they just picked it off, as in removed it from the receipt or the transaction. But the customer claims this conversation never happened. Someone's lying, and the camera footage will likely show who. Here's where the officer makes the decision to take a class fee on one case and call the district attorney on the other. A class fee is essentially handling a minor theft citation at the municipal level, but for the more serious theft with the concealed items totaling over $200, that's going to the DA to decide on criminal charges. The total comes to $214.33 worth of merchandise. In Texas, theft under $100 is typically a Class C misdemeanor, basically like a traffic ticket. But once you go over that amount, you're looking at Class B misdemeanor territory, which can mean jail time, not just fines. These ladies from Orlando probably didn't realize that their shopping spree was about to become a criminal record that follows them forever. This isn't just about the money they tried to steal. It's about background checks, job applications, and explaining to future employers why they have a theft conviction.
Yes, ma'am. This is Officer Gilbert with the Humble PD. I have a theft for you. We were dispatched to Walmart in reference to 4 black females. They said that items were being concealed in a black purse. We made scene. They went through self-checkout. They did not pay for anything that was been concealed in the bag, and one of them walked out with like a cardigan without paying for it. So all the items were held by one person. When the items were concealed, either somebody was standing next to her and they did not appear to be paying attention, in my opinion, or she was by herself. Now, some of these items were handed to her by one of the other people, but she was the one that concealed them and carried them past all points of sale. I would just put it on the one that had everything on her person, that had everything concealed. It's $214.03. I ran a CCH. I don't know if they're not from Texas. They're here on vacation. Negative CCH is what they're telling me. I'm sorry? All right. What's your name? I can't hear you. And you're accepting theft on the 1. Right, thank you.
This is the moment where everything becomes official. The officer calls the district attorney's office to report the theft. Listen to how he describes it. 4 black females, items being concealed in a black purse, went through self-checkout, did not pay for anything concealed in the bag, one walked out with a cardigan without paying for it. Here's what makes this case strong from a prosecution standpoint. The officer explains that all items were held by one person, but items were handed to her by others in the group, establishing that conspiracy angle. He notes that either someone was standing next to her blocking the view, or she was alone when concealing items. Either way, it shows intent to steal, not just accidentally forgetting to scan something. The officer recommends charging the one that had everything on her person that had everything concealed. This is the person physically carrying the stolen goods past all points of sale. In retail theft, passing all points of sale is crucial. It means you went past every opportunity to pay, registers, self-checkout, customer service, with unpaid merchandise, which proves intent. They ran a CCH check, computerized criminal history, and it came back negative, meaning no prior Texas arrests. The fact that they're from out of state and on vacation actually makes this worse in some ways. Flight risk is real, and they have no ties to the community that would ensure they show up for court. Then comes the words nobody wants to hear. The district attorney did accept charges. That's it. The DA reviewed the information and decided, yes, we are prosecuting this. This isn't a warning, isn't a citation you can pay off. This is a criminal charge that requires arrest, booking, and eventually a court appearance.
The district attorney did accept charges. Go ahead and stand up for me. And turn around and put the other on your back.
How do I get her?
So, as far as like bonding her out or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going to happen is she's going to be transported to the Humble jail. I'll have to send the charges to the DA once they get, so it can take anywhere from 6 to 12 hours to do though. Okay, so now if she doesn't have any history and all that, and she qualifies for a like $100 bond, okay, now she qualifies for what's called a 2-trip. Okay, it's kind of an involved process. It involves going downtown, paying the bond, which is like $100 and some, like a $15 surcharge or whatever. They will give you a piece of paper, you bring it to the Humble jail, she signs it, you get a thumbprint, you have to take it back downtown, and they will give you a release paperwork, then you come back to the Humble jail, and then I release her there at that point. But for any reason, be it history or whatever, they deny, then she'll have to be transported downtown, and she'll have to see a judge before bond is set.
Okay, and how soon is, like
I said, this can take anywhere. Well, if it's denied, like I said, it can take 6 to 8 hours before we'll know that, and then she'll get transported, and then she will have to call you. I don't know what their timetable is down there.
Okay, and can she make calls to out-of-state number?
I would imagine so. Okay. But yeah, we'll grab her cell phone. Yeah, we'll take her cell phone. That way she can call you from at least the Humble jail.
All right.
Otherwise, I'm gonna come to our state. So
I got you, babe.
What's
I'm gonna get you, babe.
It's an agreement. Show one female in custody. Okay, go ahead and have a seat. All right, Ms. Jones, what's going to happen today is you're going to receive a citation for theft under $100. Okay, sign this citation is not admission of guilt or innocence. Just state that you understand what you're being cited for, that you have to contact or appear before the court, which is the City of Humboldt Municipal Court. Phone number and address are going to be on the citation.
Why do I have to come to court though? You can pay it before then.
Yeah, you can handle it before then. If you want to handle it before then,
You gotta handle it before then. You gotta.
well, basically, the thing is, if you don't handle it before then, you do have to appear on that date. If you want to handle it before then,
Yeah, because I gotta be in St. Thomas.
yeah, that's all that information's here. You can contact the court and kind of they can step you through that process, okay? So that's going to be completely up to you. So go ahead and give me a signature right there on the X.
Okay, I have a question. Can I go say something? Because some of y'all are.
As long as there's no yelling or problems or drama or anything like that, I don't have a problem with that. Okay?
Can I get the paper?
Can you get what?
The paper?
Oh yeah, I'm going to give you your copy.
Thank you. How long is it gonna take y'all to book her?
Well, like I told your mom, it's going to be before the charges come back. It could be 6 to 8 hours before we know more.
Go ahead and stand up for me. Turn around. Those words signal the moment when this goes from uncomfortable to life-changing. Handcuffs are coming out, and someone is going to jail. You can hear the panic starting to set in from the family members. How do I get her out? Bonding or whatever. The officer explains the process, and it's complicated. She'll be transported to Humboldt Jail. The charges have to be sent to the DA, which can take 6 to 12 hours. If she has no criminal history and qualifies for a low bond, around $100, there's something called a 2-trip option. But listen to this process. You go downtown, pay the bond plus fees, get paperwork, bring it to Humboldt Jail, get her signature and thumbprint, take it back downtown, wait for release paperwork, then return to Humboldt Jail for release. That's hours and hours of running around. And that's the best case scenario. Worst case, if they deny the bond for any reason, maybe because they're from out of state, maybe because of how the theft was committed, she gets transported downtown to see a judge before bond is even set. That can take 6 to 8 hours additional, minimum. We're talking about potentially 16, 20 hours in custody before even seeing a judge. The officer does something compassionate here. He says they'll keep her cell phone, so she can call her family from jail using her own phone rather than the expensive jail phone system. It's a small kindness in an otherwise awful situation. The mom is trying to process all this information, trying to figure out logistics, probably mentally calculating costs and time, and dealing with the reality that her daughter is about to spend significant time in jail over merchandise worth about $214. Now, we get to Miss Jones, who's receiving a citation for theft under $100. This is the class fee situation the officer mentioned earlier. She has to sign it, and he makes clear it's not an admission of guilt or innocence, just states that you understand you're being cited and have to contact or appear before the court. She's asking if she has to wait until the court date or if she can handle it before then. The officer explains she can resolve it before the court date, but if she doesn't, she must appear on that date. The information for how to handle it early is on the citation itself. She'll need to contact the City of Humboldt Municipal Court, and they'll walk her through paying the fine or setting up a hearing if she wants to fight it. Here's what a lot of people don't realize. Even though this is just a citation and not a full arrest like her companion, it's still a criminal charge. It goes on her record. Future employers can see it. Apartments can deny her based on it. It affects her for years to come, all over merchandise totaling less than $100. The officer is being professional and fair here. He tells them as long as there's no yelling, drama, or problems, they can talk to the person being arrested before she's transported. It's a small mercy in a difficult situation. Someone asks for the paperwork, someone else asks for coffee. These little normal requests in the middle of a crisis show how surreal these situations are. 1 minute, you're shopping with family. The next minute, handcuffs, jail, court dates, and criminal records. So, the blue-haired suspect gets charged with petty theft. also called petite theft or petty larceny, which is theft of property below a certain value threshold. Even though it's typically a misdemeanor, the penalties are real. Fines, potential jail time, and restitution, meaning paying back the store for what was stolen plus their costs. Here's something most people don't know. In most states, parents can be held financially responsible for thefts committed by their minor children under parental responsibility laws. So that 17-year-old who stole, her parents might be on the hook for the costs, the fines, and potentially civil penalties from the store. This is why keeping tabs on your kids and their friends during shopping trips isn't just good parenting. It's protecting yourself legally and financially. This whole situation could have been avoided so easily. Don't steal. It's that simple. But if we're being real, the broader lesson here is about the consequences rippling far beyond just getting caught. These women from Orlando came to Houston for a vacation, and now one of them has a mugshot, a criminal record, and a story she'll have to explain for years. The mom has to figure out bail, possibly hire an attorney, and deal with the fact that her family vacation turned into a legal nightmare. The technology angle can't be ignored either. These ladies probably thought they were being slick, coordinating, blocking cameras with bodies, using self-checkout. But modern retail security is sophisticated. Multiple camera angles, facial recognition capabilities, AI that can detect suspicious behavior patterns, and loss prevention officers trained to spot these tactics. Your chances of successfully stealing from a major retailer in 2024, 2025 are incredibly low, and the consequences when you're caught are incredibly high. The final takeaway, retail theft might seem victimless or minor, but it's not. It's a crime that follows you, affects your family, costs you money and freedom, and marks your record permanently. That cardigan or camera or whatever else you're thinking about pocketing, it's not worth it. Not even close.